After 20 years of building together through dust, deadlines, and damn good ideas, Pace and Adam invite you to join them for honest conversations about the home building world. Welcome to Build Connected, where experience meets insight, powered by Diamond Home Restoration.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Build Connected. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pace.
And we're back at it. We'll introduce someone special in a moment, but before we do, Pace, it was another weekend. You must have a story, some sort of watch story. I know you like watches. You probably don't want to get into that, but is there something you want to share with the people?
No, I mean, just, we have a guest this week, like you said. We try to do it every fifth episode, but we had a little technical difficulty last week. So we've bumped it to one of our family coming on, this week. So we're one out of step. That's it. No, the watches, that's
coming. Let's bring that to the people at another show, but
another show.
There's
that's
a
right.
a lot to unpack. They say. I hate when people say unpack, but
maybe too much to unpack. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Pace, and you are our technical guy. So if there was any technical issues, you're to blame for sure.
Always.
Anyway, well, let's introduce our special guest to the show today. He is Alfredo Gonzalez, aka Freddie, owner of Arch Plumbing and other various companies and corporations. El Jefe, Freddie, welcome to the show.
Adam, Pace, thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, Freddie is one of our most trusted and longtime subcontractors that we've been working with. Freddie, I believe, Pace, I think we started working with you, Freddie, in 2014. I think that's right, huh, Pace?
I want to push back to earlier than that.
Was it earlier? It's been a long time. I think it was before I had any gray hair. We were working with you, and I was still considered Pace's son at the time. It's another story.
I might not have had any gray hair either. So yeah, I think that you're in our top two longest in the family. So it's been a great ride we've had.
Yeah, it sure has. Well, listen, we've been working with you since your early days as a company. You were a small company and you've grown quite a lot over the years, and you've got lots of different specialties now. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about being a business owner, about the challenges of growing and finding good labor, maintaining the quality that you aim for, and maybe some of the other things you've dove into outside of just plumbing. I know you ended up getting into the fire sprinkler world. Anyway, tell us a little bit about your growth and how it all kicked off and where you are now.
Yeah, man. Well, I got into the industry back in 2008, 2009, and opportunities were presented to me where I was able to get into this position back in 2012. I started just like any other plumber in the field, learning from my journeyman. In this case, my partner, Beta, which you guys very well know. He was my teacher back in those days. Um, you know, we've had a lot of up and downs, and a lot of them very exciting. The learning never ends. I guess some of the challenges, the biggest challenge I faced over the years is just learning how to run the ship, um, learning how to put myself out there, for contractors, for homeowners, and having the knowledge to get there. Our company is a non-union company, so we don't have a ton of resources that are there for us. So, I hit a wall, earlier in my career where I was installing stuff just because somebody taught me how to do it, not because I knew the function of it. So I wanted to be better than that. And enrolled myself and a lot of my team into college so we can take classes on understanding why codes are what they are. Um, and today, when we're looking at our labor force, I mean, as you mentioned, we went from just me, my partner Beto, and Christian, who's still with me, in 2012 to, growing. Right now, we're standing around 38 man operation, but we've been up there around 55. So it's been a challenge with training, culture, and keeping certain standards in place. So we have a office here in San Francisco. That's important for me, being that this is where my roots started. And secondly, the training aspect of it. We have a training room in the back of our building where we can host, if we needed, the whole company in there. But every day we're doing different trainings, just trying to keep our guys um knowledgeable on daily changes that are coming and getting their skills up and anywhere where they need. And I
I
think
feel
that's
like I feel like we're talking about this every week in some sense, right? Like I think when you're in the trades, you always when you start your own thing, right? You think about like the skills, right? And the products and like the actual work you're going to be doing. But the reality is as a business owner, it's just the operation, like how you run that business, which is the biggest challenge for all of us, right? When you're at, I've been where you are, right? 55 guys is no joke, right? There's a lot of little mini headaches. You become a professional babysitter, right? And there's so much to deal with and the responsibility of keeping all those families going, right? It's a lot as a business owner and it weighs on you.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not a plumber anymore. You're an entrepreneur. I mean, you went from just doing, arch plumbing to, you do HVAC work now, you do fire sprinkler work now. I mean, you are a driven entrepreneur that just that keeps building on your, your first company of Arch. I mean, yeah, that like Pace said, there's so many struggles with the amount of people that you add in and the growth, but I'm curious what took you from, plumbing to HVAC to fire sprinklers, and there's probably more that Pace and I don't even know about that that you've created. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, we want, I mean, the concept on expanding our knowledge is kind of just what the contractor needs. On the construction side, a contractor's always going to need, plumbing, electrical, mechanical. And now, fire sprinklers, you're seeing it more and more with all the fires. We were always doing heating back when I got into the trades, but we were not licensed on it until I want to say 2018. We took Bethel took on that license, and is we're continually working on that service to provide all these services to the contractor. One shop where you go and you have one point of contact, one project manager who can help you with multiple trades. We did get into the fire sprinklers there for a bit. I mean, we were thinking, um, piping's piping. But there's a lot, definitely a learning lesson where, we had to just cut our losses, try to deliver to the contractors or customers who we did engage with in that trade. And, we're out of it. It wasn't for us, and a lot of respect for that trade.
I mean, we're facing so much new code here in California, and a lot of it's around fire. Um, like, what are some of the challenges you've been dealing with the latest code? I mean, I know, like for instance, for you, I'm guessing the fact that we can no longer have gas appliances, right, in the near future, it changes the products that you choose from, right? Like, how is that impacting you?
Well, I mean, it's affecting us in different areas. I mean, a lot of the homes or businesses that we're building out, a large portion of the revenue there is focused on a gas line. That gas line year after year is becoming smaller as different pieces of the home transition to electrical. Um, the second part that I think it's an ongoing thing is all the manufacturers are scrambling, trying to deliver different systems. So we have to, stay up to date with all those systems and try to find ways where we can install an alternate system for our customers, and still be able to deliver where we're missing out by not doing the gas.
And
Yeah.
what are you seeing a big price change when we're going from, those gas units now, you have to install these electric units. How's that affecting people's pocketbook, you know?
Yeah, I mean, go going into water heater specifically, I mean, back when it was a regular thing, I mean, you're doing a simple water heater swap that took 4 hours. Um, most of those units they're going up year by year, but they're still under $1,000. And if you want to go into like a heat pump water heater, you're paying double the price. The customer has to pay out more. When that unit fails, they're gonna have to pay out more to replace it. All the electrical components in those units, same thing. There's more points of failure, more cost to the owner. So, when those owners are asking to be upgraded, they're having to look at a steeper bill than what they're used to.
And not, I mean, not only that, right? When it's required to do these heat pump water heaters now, they have to run a dedicated circuit to that area now because they didn't have that there before. So, what do you guys do in that situation? Do you outsource the electrical, or do you have an in-house electrician that takes care of that kind of stuff?
No, no. I mean, we stick to what we know. We'll source out if there's an electrician on the job. We'll make sure they have the specs, or we have third party companies who we bring along and present to the owner to get the electrical in there.
I gotta know, like, for you, uh, who is the biggest pain? Is it your contractor or is it the homeowner? Like, who would you rather be working directly with the homeowner or with a needy contractor like us?
I like that question.
Oh, we definitely want to be working with the contractor. I mean, it depends the which side of the house. Earlier, we jumped into, our expansion and what we're doing. Um, we started as a plumbing company who was building out commercial and residential homes, custom homes, putting all new plumbing, remodeling a bathroom or a kitchen. And that's now expanded to a service department where we had to go back and service every home or business we entered. So we do have a full service department that operates 24/7, and they are front facing to the business owners, the business managers, the homeowners. So depending on who they get, they either have a fun time or they don't, but they push through the finish line. uh for me, I mean, I love the construction personally. I want to be dealing with the contractor who knows what they're doing, and it's going to make
Look
our.
at you. This is why you're the boss. You like took that question, you stroked the contractor a little bit, made us nice and happy. Very, very well done.
Now,
Yeah.
wait, quick question. You got, yeah, I like that. The 24/7 service you guys offer. So, look, if I'm here on Thanksgiving and it's 11 o'clock at night and Uncle Joe just crushed the bathroom and now my whole sewer lateral is backed up, I can just call Arch at 11 o'clock at night and I'll have someone there.
We close one day a year, and that's Christmas Day.
Okay,
The
so I'm
rest,
good on Thanksgiving.
we operate year round. We
Wow.
have a good system, a good manager that has all his guys behind them, and they get a call and they go out there.
Nice. I knew
Um,
you guys were doing the 24/7 thing. I didn't, I didn't know that was still part of what you guys offer. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, our service side is expanding, just um we've went from just being able to tend to those customers with plumbing needs to now we're rolling out preventive maintenance. So whatever system you have in your home, we want to be going out there, whether it's quarterly, biannually, or annually, to make sure it's up to manufacturer standards.
Man,
Nice. I love it.
Arch Plumbing does it all.
Arch Plumbing will take care of all your plumbing and mechanical needs.
So not only does Arch Plumbing do it all, you are also dabbling in the world of avocado ranches and agave farms. Man, tell us what's going on there. I know we try to get a hold of you sometimes, and we find out Freddie's off in Mexico. He's at the avocado ranch or the agave farm. Give us like a funny story from one of these ranches that you're involved with. What's going on there?
Well, I don't like to stop. I get home and I need to be doing something. Sitting down and not doing something is not an option for me. Which kind of gets me into trouble sometimes, where my head just goes and goes. Um, yeah, Mexico is just it's I don't know if it's a hobby for me or just you know uh sometimes it's a place for me to just slow down a little bit. Um, but yeah, I mean, w- I I go down to Mexico. We have an avocado farm down in Michoacan. I want to say we're 1,400 plus avocados now. And that place has been delivering for close to 8 years now.
Wow. Now we
Um,
are when I go to the supermarket and I see the avocados, they're like this. Are we talking this kind of avocado or those giant avocados?
so our farm has avocados, and when we took that farm, we had to bring it up to certain standards so we can import those avocados into the United States. So yeah, those avocados you go get at your grocery store might be from our ranch back in Mexico. So, in my funny story, I was mentioning that I wanted to be the importer. We're growing the avocados. We typically will sell the avocados to an importing company, and the importing company will sell it to somebody here in the States. I was just like, wow, why can I not do that? So I went out, got an LLC going. I got all my permits and everything ready to go. And then the next factor was looking into actually getting them up here. And I noticed it was going to take a lot of my time, a lot of effort. And, you know, I was going to go into the solo. So, anyways, all those efforts, I kind of decided to back off and close that. I was just like, yeah, this is not for me. So just decided to take my losses up to that date and scrap it. So we grow them, we grow avocados, and we sell them to somebody else to continue the process. And as I said earlier, they might get to one of your grocery stores near you.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
still
it's
waiting.
amazing. Like I think that, that's the classic entrepreneur, right? You're always asking the question, well, why can't I do that? Right? Why don't I jump into that piece of the chain? Why don't I do that? I mean,
So
I'm guessing there's a big part of the ranches in Mexico. It's just to keep your sanity, right? I mean, you've got so much going on at work. It's a way for you to break away and have a nice, you use the word hobby, but it's more than that, obviously. But it's a distraction, right?
it's a distraction for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still I'm still waiting for you to export a backpack full of avocados to me. I haven't gotten any. You guys?
Dude, no,
Yeah.
we're waiting for the day that you launch your new line of tequilas. That's what we're waiting for.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with the agave farm? That's a whole nother thing.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, that one's a little more concise of a story, but I got into the agave because of my little brother. My dad has land in Mexico. Agave was kind of a big boom, and I said, "Hey, let's go down there and just start putting agave plants in the ground." Um, the plan was good. I mean, the selling price was very high when we got in. But just like myself, a lot of people decided to get into the agave. So the price of per kilo has dropped significantly. But that's not discouraging us. We're still pushing along, and we're aiming to deliver top quality agave plants.
No, I
Well,
thought
I think you can
when
you
we
can count on Adam. Like if you need a little infusion, like Adam's Gringo Mezcal, that could be hit in the supermarket too.
enough for your funny business. Okay, so when you and I talked years ago, I think you said it took like 5 years for one of these plants to mature. Um, Maybe it's a little bit longer. How long does it take, and where are we at in that process?
Yeah, so plants to mature take 6, 7, 8 years. But that time frame has been dropped by the tequileras year by year. I think I hear that in a lot of agave farms, they're taking them out at the 3-year mark because of the demand.
Where you?
Um, they don't get to mature enough. They don't have all the sugar levels that they should, but they need to put tequila in bottles and in your shelves. So, they're doing what they have to do. Um, I have a agave aging from 0 to 5 years. So my whole strategy on this was, we have enough land where we can put 14,000 plants on the ground every year. And at the point where we hit 6 years or 7, we'll pull them out and put new ones down. So every year after 2027, we'll be pulling plants out of the ground. So we have small, we call them babies, little plants that we just cultivated that are going down next week.
Well,
So
so
I'll be flying
I
down to Mexico.
I love that. I know you, so I know the plan is you're going to sell these plants to tequila makers or what have you. But the entrepreneur that we know, Freddie's going to start his own tequila company at some point and realize you're going to just do it in house. And that, my friend, is the day I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, well, it's I'll need some partners with some deep pockets to make that happen. So
I
if,
hear
Listen, this
George Clooney's looking for another tequila company
uh,
to invest in. So
if I get that call or email, you never know.
I'm sure he's watching this and listening. So George, hit up Freddie for another tequila company.
this is the same thing that happens every time we get together. We don't see you as much as we used to, but we can talk all day. Let's wrap it up here. This was an awesome visit from one of our family. And super glad you guys joined us again. Thanks from Build Connected. I'm Pace.
I'm Adam.
I'm Alfredo.
See ya.
Thank you.
Adios.
Thanks for joining us on Build Connected. For more stories, insights, and ideas, visit diamondhomerestoration.com or find us on Instagram and LinkedIn. We'll be back next week. We hope you will too.